Yo, hey guys, it's me, Anchor64 for another video. This time I'm going to talk about some new news we got. So, what we got is, we actually got some new information about the new phase, when it's going to start, and some additional information, which I will talk about in this video. So this one is pretty recent, posted 4 hours ago, and I will talk about this. Maybe you already have seen it, I don't know. But yeah, let's actually go through this. So first of all, the date is pretty much July 10th. So the official date for Phase 5, for the war effort and everything, is July 10th. So that's when Phase 5 is going to launch. And everything revolved around that. So you need to prepare for that as well. So make some preparations. Yeah, but I will talk about a bit about this blue post. I will also link it in the description, like this Wowhead article, so you can read it yourself if you want to. But yeah. Let's actually go through it a bit. It's pretty interesting to talk about this. So first of all, we have the date, which I already mentioned. And as well, like the quest lines and so on that also revolve around that will also open. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty much that. So first of all, the war effort. So the war effort, how it works, is pretty much it's a server-wide event. So you have Alliance and Horde needing kind of to work together on this. We need to pretty much turn in a lot of items to the respective NPCs. And some of these items you can actually like read upon this guide, which is also like on there. For example, we need to like turn in bandages, like food, and herbalism materials, and also like things like iron bars and so on. As you can see, you can also see like the total quantity we need, like a lot, and also what we can actually get if we do it. We get some signets, and we get an Anchorage war effort supply, which can include some BOE, greens, and so on, and some scrolls. It's not really worth it if you want to have the gold for that. However, what can be worth it for gold farming and so on, if you have a lot of these items already stockpiled, try to wait for when phase 5 is releasing, because it won't really take that long, just a month pretty much, and then you can sell it and actually make a lot of gold. All of these items are pretty much going to increase in price because people will need it to actually turn in the materials. What I will also think is, since this version of the game, like Classic Anniversary, is even more min-max than the 2019 one, there are probably a lot of guilds who already have stockpiled a lot of items already. So my like hypothesis and like in my opinion, what I will think is on the most popular realms, for example like Spine Shatter, which I'm playing on, it will pretty much be completed in 1 day or 1 or 2 days. I think that is going to be happening. So yeah, like don't stress yourself needing like to turn in items. There are pretty much really big guilds who have like thousands of items that's already trying to complete it as fast as possible. So why is it relevant for us? Why do we even need this? Can't we just do AQ? No, we can't actually. We need this to be completed. So we can actually do AQ. Everything is like linked to each other. This is like not a normal phase where just the raid releases and maybe we need to do an attunement. It's not really working that way. We actually need to do complete a server-wide event. Like everyone needs to do it, kind of. And yeah, then we can actually do AQ. So that is the first thing. If the war effort is over, we can also check on some NPCs how much the progress is, and also on the enemy faction how much the progress is. So each faction has their own progress, which will be also pretty funny if like one faction is slacking and the other isn't. There was a lot of drama about this in 2019, which is really funny. But yeah, this is also another thing you can do. Like you can check the progress and so on by some NPCs. It's also mentioned here. For example, Ironforge or Orgrimmar, depending on your faction. And also, if you are playing on a lower populated realm, the war effort will start to automatically complete after 15 days, slowly. And yeah, that's also another thing that they pretty much did, I think, in 2019. So like lower populated realms can do AQ as well. Yeah, this one's pretty much revolving around having a lot of items. So if this one's completed, what will happen is we need to wait 5 days so all the materials can actually be transported to Silphus, which is, yeah, that's pretty much that. So we need to wait that. We can't really go through that. That's pretty much intentional also. There's also another really big quest chain that kind of goes pretty much into this. And yeah, we need to wait the 5 days. So all the materials are in Silphus. And then someone can actually bang the gong. So what does that mean? Now I will get into the other quest chain. Okay, so this one's not really in a quest chain, but the other thing that will be available on phase 5 on the launch, which is the Scepter of the Shifting Sands questline. If you don't know what it is, probably most of you know, it's, I would say, probably the biggest quest chain in the whole WoW universe pretty much. So I think like the most involved one. It's a huge quest chain, which involves raid content, world bosses, everything. And at the end, if you pretty much do it, you can get, of course, you can, I think, also get some items, but the most important thing is you can get the black Piraji resonating crystal, which is this one, which is pretty much the mount. Yeah, I think if I remember right, this is also like the only legendary mount in the game. Yeah, you get this mount, and also you get a title, but we don't really have titles right now, which is Scarab Lord, but that will be available in TBC. And that's what everyone means by saying Scarab Lord. It's pretty much this quest chain. However, it's also time limited. So after the war effort is over, after everything, like all the materials and so on got turned in, and the NPCs made their way into Silphus, so the 5 days are also over, someone can actually bang the gong who has completed the Scepter of the Shifting Sands questline. There will be some people right at the start, like right ready when it's pretty much when they can actually do it. When someone bangs the gong, there will be a timer of 10 hours where everyone else can also bang the gong who has completed this quest and can also get the amount. After that, the raids will open and you can't get the amount anymore, even if you have completed the quest chain. So that's what I mean by the timer we have. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. 10 hours to finish up the quest and earn the rare amount. Only the first player on the realm to ring the gong will be announced across the zone in Silphus. On realms that have multiple layers on the gongs. Gongs run on one layer, the 10-hour war will begin on all layers. The 10-hour war, what's pretty much that is, there will be some elite level mobs that will spawn, which you can fight. I think they can also drop some nice loot, and that's pretty much what's going to happen. But yeah, the whole quest chain is really insane. It's a lot of grinding, and guilds already prepared for this in phase 1. So if you aren't someone who had already planned to be in Scarab Lord or has a guild which supports them, you won't really get this. So that's pretty much a thing you need to consider. That's pretty much that. After the 10 hours, the raids will open and we can actually raid and AQ 20 and 40. So yeah. Also, there are of course a lot of other quests that will also open up, some smaller ones so we can get some gear and so on. Everything that is revolves around like phase 5. It's pretty much a big thing, like a big phase that opens. So that's that. So basically, on July 10th, the war effort will start. In my opinion, it will probably be completed in 1 day on the most popular realms. So then we need to wait 5 days. So that would be like July 15th or 16th. Really depends how this one works out. And then someone can actually bang the gong and start the 10-hour war. There's a lot of stuff involved about the Scepter of the Shifting Sands. If you remember, maybe in 2019 there was a lot of drama around this. because like people did like alliances with like other factions, collusions, a lot of drama was around with that, a lot of degenerate stuff. But yeah, I think it's also really interesting. It's also really funny to see that. Me personally, I don't care about that. I like the mount. It looks cool. I really like it, but that's way too much effort. And I think you really need to like the whole guild supporting you, and it's a huge grind. So yeah, I don't really care about that. But yeah, that's just my thing I will think about. I think probably what will happen is um like the war effort will complete in 1 day, then we will wait 5 days, July 15th. Then two things can happen. The first thing is someone will because it's classic anniversary, maybe people don't really care about like the mount that much. Someone will just bang the gong, and some others will also do it in that time frame to get the mount, and that's it. Another thing which could happen is there were some alliances and so on made on the 2019 version, so the most amount of people could actually get Scarab Lord. There's also a thing I think that also happened in SOD and so on. So people were talking about each other. Don't really bang the gong if you have completed it. Wait, so other people can also complete the quest chain, so we can all get our mounts. Which is kind of annoying for people who just want to do the raid, because they need to wait. But yeah, this is pretty much that. It's a pretty prestigious mount, I would say. Which can happen again on Classic Anniversary, but we will see how this one will go. Overall, that's pretty much that. This is yeah, this is pretty much the blue post. All of the information we got. You can. There's also some additional information about gear and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I was pretty surprised to hear about that it's opening on July 10th. Really early actually. I thought it was a bit later. But I think yeah. For me personally, it's a good thing because we are closer to TBC. Um, but maybe for others it isn't, who kind of want to have a slower pace. Whatever, we will see. So overall, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, like the news we got actually. And if you have anything to say, anything to ask or whatever, feel free to comment. I will look at it and so on. And if you like these kinds of videos, feel free to like and subscribe. And that's pretty much it from me. So yeah, have a great night. Goodbye.